Hey, YouTube. Good morning. It is October 19th at 8:01 a.m. and I believe it's Thursday. Halloween's right around the corner. Anyway, I'm having my coffee and cigarette and I am going to continue the Grudge series with number 5, which I think I titled it Materialism or Materialistic versus Minimalistic or something like that. Now you have to understand that most of the time I'm somewhere in the middle of the two words that I'm juggling in my mind. Yeah, some people call us fence riders, but there's another terminology for it from the psychology books. It's called bipolar, the teeter-totter. Anyway, um, this is going to be a longer video than the others because I actually have a lot to say about this topic in Grudge. Um, let me start with a little anecdote, a little story about my family. A family member um, who was trying to help me one time asked me to verify to some new people if our family had always had money. It was a tough question to answer, very tough, because of ambiguity. The answer was simple as far as yes or no. Yes, we always had money. We were never penniless. But you see, when somebody says, well, did you always have money? Were you always, with money? It makes it sound like we were always rich, which wasn't the case. So yes, the answer to the question was I came from money. But no, the answer to the 52 years of my existence, I have not been rich. At my best life was under my mother's house when she had her best job and we were considered middle or upper middle class. Uh, just because you come from money or have always had money does not mean that you are wealthy. And so I didn't really like that question when one of my family members asked me to verify it. Yeah, I gave her the answer. She knew that if I was honest, that the answer was yes. And that's all she needed at that time. But at this time, it's deeper than that. And I have a grudge because I'm not satisfied with some money topics. And the two words that I'm choosing to explain this grudge with, I'm going to choose these two words, materialistic and minimalistic. I've written some essays and some poetry about these words, these themes, because when you're in poverty or lower blue collar lifestyle and you're trying to get to upper middle class or rich lifestyle, that's called the struggle, right? The struggle is real. Yeah, the struggle to, lift yourself and improve your lifestyle, but what is improvement? See, this is where it gets tricky. Is improvement traveling all over the world because that's expensive? Is improvement having any car or having, a $100,000 vehicle? Is improvement having, you know, a piece of clothing that you like and that fits well, or having some top brand name that costs 10 times the amount of something you could have got elsewhere without a name? So the improvement part is where it hurts a lot of people on the financial track, whether they came from money or not. When they get involved in money, these are all the pitfalls. And so I'm choosing to use the words materialistic and minimalistic because there's other problems with it as well. And let's say you did all the right things, which is what I thought of myself. Let's say you tried to honor your mother and father and you tried to go the path that they told you to go, and you took their advice, and then you watched them die and you were all alone, and then you're looking at your resources or what your parents, made you to be, and you're still seeing a life of poverty even though they set you up for better than that. And why? Because you fell in the pitfalls, you got debt, you got materialistic items that you didn't need, or you were lied to, or you were robbed, or a tornado came and destroyed everything. See all the pitfalls? Some you have no control over, some are poor decisions. Yes, I can blame myself, right? I can blame myself for my poor credit score. I can say, well, I deserve that. I didn't utilize the credit properly, and I didn't budget right, and I didn't make my payments on time. So that's why I can't get a car loan or a mortgage. Not that I want a mortgage or a car loan, but my punishment is correct because I deserve it, because that's my crime. I was not responsible with my credit. Oh, but where's all that stuff? Where's all the stuff that I have this low credit score for? The college education, $50,000, right? I owe that. I went to college. I owe that. I'm responsible. But did I ever have the career to go with that? Yeah, I got to teach. I got to teach. Was it a 10-year, 20-year career that afforded me the traveling and the nice car and the nice house or apartment? No, just the debt. That's really the result of my efforts, the debt. And what about the credit cards that that have also hurt my credit score? Where's all the stuff that I bought the credit cards? Where is all that stuff? I don't know. Where is all that stuff? Where'd it go? Was it a tornado? Was I robbed? Or was it because I'm crazy that I just don't know where all that stuff is? I have nothing to show for it except the bad credit score, except the debt, just like the college debt, right? Not like I had this 20-year career that afforded me all these things. It's not like I have from the credit cards, all these glamorous items. My mother used to get upset with her fifth husband because he always wanted top of the line everything. If you were going to get him a watch, it had to be the best watch, the name brand top of the line watch. If you were going to get him a recliner, it had to be the best and most expensive recliner at the furniture store. And yet, when she would go out of her way to make sure that he had these top of the line items, she would get her feelings hurt because he wasn't the type of person who showed any concern about these items. Here's your $5,000 recliner chair, and he'd put a cigarette hole in it or spit on it, like it was saved from the dumpster. I've seen people save things from the dumpster who cared more for their dumpster savings than the chair that she would spend $5,000 on. And this is where I am with my grudge about materialistic and minimalistic. See, after all the tornadoes in my life and my low credit score and all my good intentions, and how the road to hell was paved with those, I have not stayed on the fence on this one. I chose minimalism because being a material girl wasn't working for me after 30 years of doing the so-called right thing and getting a fucking dick in my ass.